everybody. Welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. You're here in my sewing room. I'm Angela. That's Minnie. Where's Minnie? Here she is. Hi, Minnie. You gonna lay down? Go on, lay down. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hi, Laura. One of my wheels is unlocked and I can't reach it. So she's a sliding today. Okay, how's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. What a weekend. Great weekend. I'm not gonna lie. We didn't overdo it this weekend, which is typically our MO. And got stuff, and yet we still got stuff done that we really wanted to get done. You know those projects that just linger and linger? Well, except for me and my sewing projects. That's what we haven't, no. Oh well. Steve is gone this morning with a friend of his. They were golfing. And we're gonna sew. We're gonna try and get a row done on the petals quilt. Vintage daisies. And then I'm gonna try. Hi, honey. Hi, what do you want, baby? We can't go outside right now. We'll go in a minute. Okay? Go lay down. We'll go in a minute. Okay? Okay. The one thing I really wanted to do, I will say the other thing that's been interesting is that like social media has been quiet this weekend. I think, and I've noticed this a lot lately. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I've noticed it a lot. When holiday weekends come around, I've noticed, I don't know how to say this. I've noticed that what I think is that people are putting their phones down a little bit more. That's just me. We do. You know, try and be a little more, I guess, present, but you're not gonna, Minnie, honey, you can't stand there the whole time. Go lay down on your blankie. Look, that's your blankie right there. Go lay down. A lot of the like content creators and things that Steve and I follow, I see less stuff from them on holiday weekends, or you know, just less, you know, less posts and less that kind of thing. And then I've also noticed like, you know, commentary from or I don't know, I guess engagement would be probably the right word. I just think that people nowadays are tending on the holidays, and I could be wrong, to maybe just be a little bit more present, you know, now that we're so far removed from, you know, from COVID, that there's stuff to do and events, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Hi, Robin. Good morning. Oh, it must be, well, 8:30. Not killer early. We Steve thought his tea time was a little bit later than it was. We were relaxing, having coffee. All of a sudden he got a message from his buddy that said, "I'm here, are you ready?" Thank goodness they're just playing across the street. Okay, I'm going to like work on a bunch of stuff this morning while you guys are here. I figured we would just chat and I would work and sew and tidy because I got, good girl, go ahead. I gotta, when Steve's not here, when one of us, well, mainly when Steve's not here, She's very out of sorts. I don't know. Trying to get a little bit of organization going in here. And I have some stuff I want to do this morning, so I'm not going to be on super long today. I'm going to try and get set my alarm so I don't miss you. Oh, yay! I'm going to, oh, jeez. Gosh. Miss Claire all called and she'd like to chat. Maybe we'll do that this afternoon. Let's save that one. Just trying to get, I'm trying to get, I end up at the end of every week, I end up with this pile here of just all the stuff that, while you're sewing, that just kind of builds. So I'm trying to get some of that dealt with. Get a couple more of these, get these butterfly things kind of tidied up here. Do a couple more pieces of that really fast. Somebody had mentioned that they got Heat and Bond. I think on line somewhere. I got it Friday. Ordered it on Friday. I ordered it on Thursday. I guess I did order it on Friday and it showed up on Saturday. Whatever. From Walmart. If you're looking for the Heat and Bond light sewable, they have you get a 5-yard pack for $8, which is a pretty good price. I wish I had done it when I started the petals. I don't remember where I was, and I just grabbed like 2 single yards. That was dumb. I bought 2 yards for about the price I could have paid for 5 yards. So I'm just going to do these really quick. The right way, Janice. Hi, Janice. Good morning. We're just sewing a whole bunch of stuff. So tell me what you're working on this morning. We're going to try, I think row 1 is going to be done for our petals quilt. I think I know I've got, I know I have 4 done. And I got the rest of the fabric. If you saw my video the other day, I got the rest of the fabric. I pressed that yesterday. So we're going to cut that for the background squares so that this week, I'm kind of a little more prepared. Silkworm is what I'm reading right now. Somebody asked me yesterday by Robert Galbraith. Love it. Book 2 in the series. Very, very, very good. I gotta find the movies. And I think somebody told me they found them on Apple or Prime. Always nice to save some money. Yeah, 5 yards for $8 is a pretty good deal. Had an early morning getting my son off to camp. I'm relaxing now. Oh, yes. We're in the throes of, Minnie, honey, go lay down. Lay down by the blanket. She just can't relax. I also think she has to go outside. But I'm going to have to just wait a couple more minutes. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. We're knee deep in camp season right now. Everybody getting their kids off. We didn't do camp. Steve did camp. His dad did. His dad was a preacher, and so they did a lot of Christian camps and that kind of thing. So Steve always did that kind of thing. I didn't. I think I might have gone to 1 camp. I don't even think I went to 1. I was very similarly introverted to the way that I am now. Not antisocial introverted. I mean, I had friends and we used to do stuff on the weekends and during the summer and that kind of thing. A lot of that stuff. But I wasn't nor am I now, where like I need that a lot of interaction from people. I'm not a big event person. We have friends that they get together 2 or 3 times a week. Lunch and wow. First off, I work, so that's not in my cards right now, but it's just not my drive. Okay, so I got a couple more squares now done for the butterflies. I'm almost, I have a couple of 10-inch squares left to do, to heat and bond, to set up for the petals, but they're in the other room. I was ironing clothes / getting this stuff done last night. And I was right into I found another Harlan Coben book converted into a mini series on Netflix last night. So I was watching that. And then the internet on the TV went out. So that one's in our guest room. So we're going to have to replace that TV, which you can't believe how. Hello from Indiana. Hi, Camping Lady 81. Hi, Angel. Janice says, me too. I'm guessing a little more introverted than extroverted. I'm guessing that's what you mean, Janice. I just found another one. Okay, I just folded all that stuff up, so we're going to go with that. Minnie, baby, what are you doing? Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi? Come here. No? Okay. You just want to sit there and stare at me. I can't get up for you right now, though, babe. You have to wait just a few more minutes. Okay, and then we'll go for a walk. Would you like that? Mom's going to put on a cooler shirt. Same weather again today. Oh, all of a sudden it got really dark. More rain. We're off and on rain. Mid-80s, off and on rain. That's our forecast, right? Okay, so we got the butterfly thing set up there. Now, what I'm thinking, the other thing I have to fix today is I have to fix that. If you're using, I've done this more than once. If you're using a fabric like this, like a linen-y type thing, or something that's light, or that kind of, it just tends to fray at the edges. This reminds me of like corn husk, just that constant stringiness. You want to be generous with your 1/4 inch. I've learned that. Because whenever I'm not, I end up with little holes. And then I have to go back and sew them all over again. So this one I got to go back and fix today. I think this afternoon while it's raining, I'm going to come back in here and work on this a little bit more. For tomorrow, I think for tomorrow's video, I'm going to get this kind of a little bit more organized and get this 3rd row sewn on. I forgot that I had done the 3rd row. So the butterfly, shockingly enough, it's only taken me 3 months, is almost done. It's really, really close. Because then I think it's quick. That, borders and that kind of thing, I think once I cut those, that'll be quick. We'll save this. We'll save this. So, what are you doing today? What are your plans? I had such a nice, relaxing morning, coffee. We went to bed early last night and slept pretty long. Sometimes you just have to do that. Have you noticed that sometimes sometimes your body just needs that? Feels good. Okay, so let's see if we can maybe get this first row on. I mean, this first row together. Oh, I can't. I can't. I haven't stitched the petals down. I gotta fix that one. But can you see that? Thank you very much, Janice. We are having a lot of fun. My last petal quilt was way more conservative, and just because it was a bee pattern, and so the fabric, and so it was kind of golds and grays and blacks and bees and yellows. And this one, I've gone way outside my comfort zone because I'm terrible with colors. I'm terrible with like choosing wild colors that go well together, and it's just not usually something I do very often. So that's kind of the layout that, can you guys see all of them? Packing to drive with my dad to Kansas. It's his 65th class reunion. Excited to see family. Oh my gosh, 60. I read something the other day. I got some notice that told me how many years it had been since I graduated. I said, oh, someone must have messed up on the math because it can't be that year yet. But that was the right year. Oh, wow. It doesn't bother me that much. It does, although I did check the math. I'm not going to lie. I did double check the math. Hi, Betsy. Okay, do we like this layout? I guess that looks pretty good, huh? I don't know how much like alternating or, aside from keeping certain colors, like if you've got a lot of blues, they're so random. I think that's how we're going to kind of go with it. So this is going to be 1. That's going to be 2. This is going to be 3. And this is going to be 4. So really, I think that my homework. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Bethany. I'm guessing that my homework for today maybe and tomorrow is going to be to start getting these petals sewn down. I'm not sure what pattern I want to use for those. I have to play with a couple and see what really kind of suits my fancy. Okay, that goes with that because you got to get that done. This is for those. This is for those. Stuff everywhere lately. And I think I'm gonna get the rest of those 10-inch squares drawn out. So unfortunately, the title for today's video was getting the first row sewn, but we can't because we haven't sewn the petals down. So hopefully we'll be ready to sew the first row together tomorrow. Lives don't show up right away on my YouTube feed. I wonder why that is. Minnie, honey, go lay on your blanket and then we'll go outside, okay? Oh my goodness. It's I tell you what, social media is there's just so many nuances to it and so many settings and buttons and, well, I was trying to figure out the most efficient way to cut this. I need 12 because I should be getting 4 from a yard. So I need to get 12. I have all the blocks sewn together. Waiting on my border and backing fabric to come in. Now working another flower quilt for my daughter. Yay, Robin, have fun. Oh my God, I can't wait to see it. After this one, the next petal one that I do, I'm going to do a little bit closer to fall, and I'm going to do sunflowers. I want to do like a wheat color background, similar to the one I did for the butterflies, something like that. And then all kinds of golds for the flowers and all kinds of browns for the centers. It's going to be cool. Robin, I can't believe it. Cool. Okay, so this is 3 yards. Stacked 4. So I should get, let's see here. I should get 1, it's approximately 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, I just gotta press this one little wrinkle out of it because it's driving me nuts. Okay. Adorable. Gonna be stunning. Hello, Angela. Sorry, I'm late. Unavoidable. So happy to be here. We're so glad you're here, Sandra. Okay, 15 minutes. Can you just wait for 15 more minutes? Do you want to come here, my mom? Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Okay, fine. But I can't get up any faster, honey. The silkworm is the gross one. Oh, no. Camping Lady 81. Oh, she was on. I forgot your first name. I'm so sorry. It's really gross. Has anyone read The Silkworm? Oh, no. If it's really like, oh, no. Is it? Oh, no. Another interesting thing about me while I'm cutting these, call me what you want. You can say what you want, and everybody has very strong opinions about this. Okay, we gotta do it this way. I do not, I don't think I've ever done it. I've never done it intentionally. I've done it, I have 2 books in my library that I have not finished because actually I want to do it this way. Let's do it this way. Something happened and I ended up having to put them down and I haven't been able to pick them back up again. But I will finish them. It's not because I wasn't enjoying the book. But I don't, they call it DNF. Did not finish. I don't DNF books. I read them. I stick them out. Unless it's something so horrific and disgusting and just... but I don't usually read books like that, so I don't usually end up in a situation where I have to do that. And I'm not trying to sound, I don't know, holier than thou, or like, well, I finish all my books. I just always feel like, and usually I'm right. I'm going to say that too. Usually I'm right. Like I get through the book and it turned itself around. My age. There have been books where people were like, oh my gosh, this book was terrible. It was awful, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't finish it. I just couldn't get into it. And so I was like, should I finish it? Should I not finish it? And I just kind of keep plowing along. And then comes this huge plot twist. And I've had to DNF a couple books as well. Not what I thought they were. Oops. Yeah, that's, oh no. It just started pouring down rain. He was playing golf across the street. Minnie, we're going to have to go rescue Dad, I think. Anyway, so when I was younger, like high school, college, I had read some. This is not right either. I'm right-handed. Some Stephen King, and I stopped. Because I don't like the whole, like, not really alien. I don't like that whole, like, creature, monster. I can't do that. When they're a little too weird, it's not my jive. I've made this so much harder on myself. Can you guys see how hard I've made this on myself? Oh my God. Do you ever have, like, you're just... all that just to get a straight edge. But okay. Campy Lady 81 was here a few minutes ago. I don't know where she went. What is it with silkworm? Is it really gross? Is it like sicko things with kids and like that kind of stuff? I can't do. Flip your fabric to cut it. I can't read Stephen King books. I can't do. I can't Janice, unfortunately I sometimes lose interest. I have many books I DNF. It's I will tell you a funny story. And maybe I've just gotten lucky that I haven't come across a book that was like so bad or so lost my interest that I don't know if this one's any sharper. Looked up your book. No thanks. Oh no. Oh no. Did you read the first one in the series? Okay, so let's just go through this right now. So Robert Galbraith. Steve does not read fiction. He reads nonfiction only. Business development books and personal development books and how-to book. That's what he reads. And he typically doesn't read in order. He bounces around in a book. And you can't do that when you read fiction because you have no clue what's going on. I read fiction and I struggle through nonfiction books. Anyway, so Robert Galbraith, The Ink Black Heart, which is way down, deemed it unpublishable due to certain things. Oh no! So the Ink Black Heart is way down in the series. It's right now, it's like second to last. That means read it. Probably. So the cover to Ink Black Heart, it's in the other room. The cover to Ink Black Heart was this really ornate, amazing cover. And Steve, he always takes an interest in what I'm reading to a certain extent. Like, he doesn't want to know like page by page what's going on, but he's always like, what are you reading now? Or when we go to the bookstore, he'll pick up a book and he'll say, oh, this one looks good. Like this, he'll read just barely part of the flap, but he buys books based on the cover. And 99% of the time, he's right. Like, he'll pick up a book and it will have this really ornate cover, and he'll be right. And I end up loving it. So Ink Black Heart, I kept looking at it and kept looking at it and kept looking at it because the cover was so intriguing. And we were at a Barnes & Noble. And I hadn't said anything to him, and we randomly walked in one day, and he was like, this looks pretty interesting. So, and the cover is amazing. And so he said, I'll buy it for you. So he bought it for me and I read it. It was second to the last in the series right now. And I struggled through that book. It took me like 6 weeks to read that book because it's set. There's this young couple that develops this. It's like an online comic book. And so on the right side of the pages, you'd be reading like the storyline, like the story, the book. But then on the left-hand side, there would be all these like text messages back and forth, like pages and pages and pages of text messages, and pages and pages and pages of like weird comic book, like a weird setting where the text is like, here's what one person said, then the reply, then be alternating. And it was so brutal to the point where I was like messaging on different message boards and asking, what, like, is this going to get better? Because I'm having trouble following the plot because I'm having trouble following all these stupid text messages. So I managed to get to about the halfway mark of the book, and it was like a 1,000-page book. There were 750 pages. I mean, it was long. And something started to happen. And I stopped reading some of the text messages and I just read the book, and I made it through the book. And it was it was still a great mystery. Would I go back and read it again? No, probably not. But was I somehow oddly hooked on Robert Galbraith? Yes. I read the next book in the series, which is now technically the last book in the series. And that was it. I was hooked because it read like a regular book. Great story. I loved it. I really, really loved it. Robert Galbraith is J.K. Rowling's. So she writes, it's bizarre, is beyond the frame. J.K. Rowling's wrote this series as this guy, Robert Galbraith. So it's just a pseudonym. I don't do like the Harry Potter stuff because I'm not really into mystical stuff and magic and fantasy. I'm not in all that stuff. So then when I read that one, that was the Ink Black Heart, and then I can't remember what the last one was. Then I went back and read the first one, which was Cuckoo Calling, which was very, very good. I really enjoyed that one. And now I'm on Silkworm, which is second in the series. There's a new one coming out, which is now the end of the series, coming out this September, October, or February, or something like that. Okay. So after you said about the text messages, skip the manuscript part. Skim the manuscript parts. Okay. Thank you, Bethany. I mean, Angel. Thank you. Because when there's stories inside of stories and I can't, it's too much. Now I'll have to see if Amazon Unlimited has the book since Wikipedia deems it unpublishable. Exactly. There you go. Okay. So Angel, I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah. I'll give you guys an update later this week. Okay. And Steve said, yes, they are getting rained on. Too much stuff here today. Too much stuff. But this is fun. We turned it into a book club now. Sorry. I thought this was a sewing channel. I thought you were golfing. That to me was the most important, the most cringeworthy of the book. Okay, Angel, thank you. Thank you. Because I don't like really cringy. I'm not into this sick stuff. I also, if you're into like, I also don't read a lot of the like fantasy stuff that's out right now. The only title that's coming to mind is like Fourth Wing, like that kind of stuff. Dragons, and it's just not the style of book that I read. It's just not. If it's the style of book that you love, that's fantastic. I like a good mystery. And a good psychological thriller. We're so worldly. Okay. Okay, so there's 4 done. I just want to get this stuff, which I should have done originally, because I know all of you did. You know, got my act together. And got all my stuff cut out, originally at the start. But it's hard sometimes when you're trying to do the channel too, to have stuff ready. I have some friends coming over to sew this afternoon. Oh my God, how fun! That's fun. That sounds like fun. I got a little house cleaning to do. Surprise. But I got the laundry done yesterday, so. And for me, Steve does this. Like being able to start the week and have some of that stuff done. It's a little bit shy now, isn't it? This one is like 1/8 of an inch shy of 16. I wonder if that's going to be an issue. Do we think that's going to be an issue? I guess a little bit, huh? Okay, there's that. Let's see. What else? What else is going on? Like I said, just a great weekend. I hope you had one of those weekends too, where it just wasn't a lot of drama, wasn't a lot of stuff. You didn't overpack it. We tend to just overpack our weekends sometimes, and oh, that's a good idea. Has Madeline stopped in? I haven't seen Madeline. There are 8 books in this series. Everyone likes them. They aren't on Kindle Unlimited though. It's a great. I think it's a great series. There's this ongoing relationship between the main character and his assistant, who then becomes his business partner. And so there's a great underlying thing there. They're not, and like I said, I don't do the whole like mystical and magical and that kind of thing series. So her original books The Harry Potter stuff definitely wasn't really in my wheelhouse, so it's just not stuff I read. But this is a totally different vibe, and I really enjoy it. And yeah. So I'm gonna take Angel's advice. And I don't know why they're not on. Oh, Kindle Unlimited. I've gone back and forth about whether or not to do Kindle Unlimited. Primarily because I have so many physical books to read, and I love holding a physical book. I love my Kindle too. I have a Kindle. I read a lot on my Kindle, but I love my physical books. So right now I'm trying to cut down on the amount of subscriptions. You can get subscriptioned to death. To death. Nowadays. You know, there's just, oh my God, everything's a subscription. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I got all these panels cut done. I think we might actually get some of these. Do it again. It's okay. We gave ourselves a little bit of room over there. Okay, hold on. I gotta stand up to do this. Tried a restaurant in Cortland last night. Don't tell Steve. I had Mongolian cuisine. Oh no, Robin. Breaking my heart. Steve's so desperate for it. He's thinking about opening a Mongolian restaurant in town. That's part of my problem with cutting lately, is that I tend to do everything sitting down because I'm talking to you guys. And the problem is that it's very hard to cut this longer stuff sitting down. Well, at least the rain stopped. Oh. And now they're playing again. The rain stopped. It rains for rains for 10 minutes. Out here in Florida, on most golf courses, they have these little like structures that which I don't remember ever seeing in California. So like if it starts raining, if it starts lightning, you go into this little structure and you can put your little golf cart in and you just sit there and wait it out. Because usually in 10 minutes, it's over. Okay. And I have some pretty good size. What size mat are you using? It's 18 by 24. I have one of those huge mats that's like, I don't know, 36. What the heck is it? Oh, I think it's in my office. I put it behind something, and I don't remember what I put it behind. One of those really, really big mats. Make bank and start a new fad. Restaurant business is tough. I know. We would probably make a mint, but God, the restaurant business, just, and a little scary. And in this area, I think the other one that I have is, I want to say 24 by 36. It may even be bigger than that. It's really big. And so when I'm cutting, and I'm probably going to start doing this too. Usually when I'm cutting bigger stuff, if we have a day where I'm going to be cutting and I'm going to film it, I'm just going to bring you into my dining room, because my dining room table, the mat fits much better on my dining room table. And I have plenty of room to like move around and get stuff cut and blah, blah, blah. And here, I can't put my big mat on this table. But we are going to add, I think, another table maybe this way. Going down this way and move this. And then I'd like to add another table on the other side of this one that you can't see See, there's my design wall there that Steve built me. And maybe put another one there, because then that will make this, twice as big. It'll make it big enough for really cutting stuff. I have good sized pieces left of this. Cool. So I think I'm going to take Minnie out before she drives me nuts, and then check on Steve, and then get some more cleaning done, figure out what's going on with that. And honestly, I'm going to take a little bit of time, I think, and I got to get back on the rowing machine today. I did it last Sunday, and then I didn't do it this week. Just excuses. That's really what it is. Just excuses. I'm too busy. Yeah. Everybody has 20 minutes, Angela. Everybody has a half hour. So I'm going to do that today. And then we are going to go, I think, and have dinner down by the river. Fish and chips. But what I was saying, the other problem in this area is with finding reliable employees. Doing better. The more that this area grows up, gets better. But the employment pool people struggle with, other business owners and things that we know. So, gosh, didn't really snow a lot today. Yeah. Okay, let's take a little bit of stock. So the only other thing I have to do for the petals quilt now is finish cutting these puppies out, right? So I gotta finish doing these. I'm just gonna do this one before I leave you guys. And then I think I have everything I need for the butterflies. Chocolate festival. Off to the chocolate festival. Yeah. Sounds divine. And just enjoy my Sunday. And I hope you guys do the same thing. I'm going to finish getting these lined up while I watch TV or something. And enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I hope you have a great morning tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll get some of these petals things wrapped up. We'll get the butterflies, I think, kind of wrapped up. I think we made some progress today, just getting some of that little stuff done that you got to get done. Okay, everybody. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to remind you of. Have a fantastic Sunday. Have a great morning tomorrow. Don't forget, only a 1/4 inch seam. Like, subscribe, and share. Share the channel out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye. Love ya.